Welcome to office hours for Unit 3 of Ray University 302, the Harlem Renaissance. And this unit is where everything we've built, ideology, patronage, respectability, capitalism, and audience becomes human. Today we're walking through Unit 3's reflection questions, and if you can answer these lectures' reflection questions, clearly you'll have the final piece to answer your capstone question. To what extent did the Harlem Renaissance succeed and fail as a strategy for Black freedom? Let's jump into the reflection questions. Lecture 9. If respectability once determined which Black identities were protected and remembered, what do we gain culturally and politically by refusing a single unified version of Black identity? My answer. The Harlem Renaissance did not erase queer life, it managed it. Queerness flourished socially, but was muted institutionally. It was tolerated when coded, punished when explicit. Refusing a single version of Black identity today expands cultural honesty, prevents historical distortion, and resists the idea that safety must come through silence. What we gain is complexity. What we lose is the illusion that identity requires conformity. Lecture 10. How did audience, access to institutions, and economic infrastructure shape which Harlem Renaissance artists were able to sustain success? My answer was, sustained success in the Harlem Renaissance wasn't only about talent. It depended on what economic system your work could reliably move through. Artists with stable infrastructure, like publishing pipelines, salary positions, radio and film exposure, touring networks, and institutional relationships, had more ways to keep earning when the market tightened. Artists whose success depended on fragile infrastructures, local club economies, cash nightlife, short-term gigs, and Black disposable income or patronage that could vanish overnight were much more exposed when the Great Depression hit, when tastes shifted, or when policing intensified. So who lasts pretty much came down to whose audience could survive a downturn. Lecture 11. What systems or structures that function as gatekeepers for Black cultural production then still exist today, and how do they influence which voices are amplified, funded, or preserved? My answer was, the gatekeepers have changed platforms but not structure. Then it was publishers, patrons, venue owners, and elite institutions. Today it's media companies, streaming platforms, universities, foundations, and even algorithms. They still shape who gets funded, who gets visibility, and who gets archived. Work that is profitable, legible, and low risk tends to circulate more easily. Work that is radical, confrontational, or structurally critical often struggles for sustained support. The continuity is this: visibility is never just about talent. It's about who controls distribution and preservation. Lecture 12. If racism, capitalism, and colonialism operate